On a freezing December morning in Seattle, a young woman stood alone on a silent bridge, not to surrender her life but to gather the last pieces of strength she had left. Her name was Emily Carter, a soul who had already endured more pain than most people face in a lifetime, and what she was about to do would become the turning point that no one expected. Emily had grown up in a small, struggling neighborhood in Tacoma where hope was fragile, but her spirit was unbreakable. Yet even the strongest hearts can shatter, and Emily did the moment she received the call saying her mother had collapsed from a devastating stroke, a call that tore her world apart and stole every bit of warmth from her chest. Doctors whispered that survival was unlikely. Her mother lay motionless, unable to speak, unable to move, unable to recognize the daughter who loved her more than anything. And as medical bills rose, her job slipped away, her savings vanished, and the man she trusted abandoned her, leaving her drowning in a darkness so heavy it felt impossible to breathe. One morning, cold rain falling on her face, Emily walked to the Aurora Bridge, not to end her story but to face the storm raging inside her. She placed her shaking hands on the railing, whispered that if she could survive this moment, she could survive anything, and in that fragile breath something fierce came alive within her. She chose to fight back with everything she had. The very next day she created a plan. Even though her heart felt cracked and empty, she worked 2 jobs. She learned to cook meals that could heal her mother. She stayed awake through endless nights watching therapy videos, teaching herself how to move the muscles of a body that no longer obeyed. And every night she lifted her mother's hand inch by inch, fighting against a future everyone else had already given up on, until one unbelievable evening her mother's finger twitched and a single word escaped her lips: Emily. And that moment felt like the world exhaling light after endless darkness. Over the next 2 years her mother slowly regained speech, memory, and the ability to walk with support fueled only by a daughter's relentless love. And the story of Emily's courage spread across her city, inspiring caregivers, nurses, and families everywhere, until she created a support circle for struggling daughters which grew into a national community called Daughters Who Don't Give Up. Emily did not choose to be a hero. Life pushed her to the edge and she refused to fall. And if you are standing in your own storm, remember her story. Remember that even in the deepest night, one whispered promise to keep going can save your entire life. And if her journey touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to feel that spark of hope again.